Hello, my beautiful YouTubers. I wanted to make a special video for you guys, just with my particular skill set and what I'm picking up as a psychic medium in terms of what we can expect in the coming months. I know this is a time that everyone is just so scared, and so I want to talk about, first off, I want to give a very clear prediction for the pandemic, and I think that it is so insanely important that you wear a mask right now, guys. From what I feel in terms of the spirit realm and what spirits have communicated to me, the messages that I have received both in February and now are two words: mass exodus. And that to me is terrifying. And I've received that message again. I also am getting these crazy dreams. So I had a dream not long ago where I kept seeing this very flat but ornate structured building over and over and over again. And it was just driving me nuts. I couldn't place where on earth I have seen this building. It felt unfamiliar, but I was like, I'm seeing it so often. Is it something that I should know? So I start describing this to my husband, and I'm like, hey, I keep getting these dreams of this freaking building. What is this building? And as I describe it, my husband looks at me and goes, oh no. And he starts looking through his phone, and he shows me this building. He says, is it this? And of course, I'm look at this building. I'm like, oh my, yeah, that's it. What is it? And he's like, it's the Kremlin in Russia. And I was like, oh God. And he's like, what did you see with this building? And I said, burning American money. And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, I don't know. So it's one of those dreams that I'm sitting by and I'm like, okay, so I can pretty positively say that something's going to be happening with Russia and something in terms of American money. And I've gotten these images specifically, guys, over and over and over again. Again, this is a repetitive dream. So that's why I'm sharing it. Also, again, back to the pandemic, guys. We're about to hit flu season, and I know Fauci and other scientists have come forth and talked about the importance of masks. But I'm telling you, from the spirit realm, with a message of mass exodus. Oh, it is so scary. So I want everybody to put your fucking masks on, please, 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 and know that it's going to get bad here for a minute. November feels pretty scary. December feels incredibly scary. I don't know. It's like end of November, beginning of December feels the worst for me. And so I'm just super nervous about that. Everybody, please, 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 wear your masks and know that the spirit realm is very aware of what's happening. I will tell you psychically, the veil is so thin, guys. I do virtual reads, as you know, and I had such concern about like, oh, how am I going to do this virtually? And it's worked out beautifully, but then I think about why it's worked out beautifully, and you know, there's a level of that's almost unnerving, and it's because the veil is so thin. I got a message from a spirit when I asked, you know, why is the veil so thin? And the response was so many dead. And I was like, okay, so many people are passing over in so many different places. So many portals are opening constantly all the time with this pandemic. And so that's why it's so easy to get through. Now, on the plus side, which there is no plus side in this many deaths, but a result that witches can reap the benefit of is that these portals are everywhere right now, guys. Spirits are coming in and out to check on family members that are sick or family members that are in danger of becoming ill, in danger of dying. And so as a witch, if you have not started spirit magic, I would highly recommend that now would be the time to begin to explore that, because the ability to get through it is easier now than it has ever been. And I first questioned whether or not, is that just that my skill level has risen over the years, or that this veil has suddenly had a thinning. And based on that spirit communication, which I do agree, it is just, if you're experienced, it is so easy to pop through there. Now, spirits still have a level of experience, their own experience in navigating the veil. So this is why oftentimes when I read for people and I have a spirit that has recently passed, you would think that they would very easily be able to contact you. They would still be earthbound. Now, spirits are always earthbound for about 3 days naturally. Again, that ties back to our number 3 and all that stuff in witchcraft. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they can communicate well. It is not uncommon for me to try to reach out to newly passed spirits. Even spirits that have passed within the year are still very much trying to figure out how to best relay messages and how to communicate with psychic mediums. I have to tell people, those who have passed, how to communicate with me. My spirit guide, luckily I have this wonderful spirit guide who does a lot of the hard work for me. But I have to ask him to reach out to these spirits to let them know that, you know, I'm highly visual and I'm highly emotionally sensitive, and so they can push emotions on me very easily and visual imagery on me very easily. So I don't hear things as often as I see and feel them. It doesn't mean that they can't get across, you know, verbal messages to me. They do come, but not as often as the visual and that emotional. Y'all, I'm a Cancerian, so y'all guys know these water signs. I be a water sign. I be doing all the feels. So if you haven't picked up the practice, the point being, I would reap whatever benefits we can in this absolute cesspool that we are in right now. Now, I know people are going to ask me, is Trump going to win? I get that question a lot during my tarot reads. At this point, it is extremely muddled, which for me means that whatever steps, which we've talked about before, those significant steps that lead to fate events, right? Things that were meant to happen, these huge stepping stones that we hit. If you haven't watched my TikTok video on casting spells and these little stone wall things that we hit, please do. It's such a good visual. If I had paper, I would do it for you now, but I'm actually in the mom line at the school waiting for my child while I make this video. So I don't know if Trump is going to be reelected at this point, because the imagery, then believe me, I can and ask that almost every day, and it changes constantly, and I think it's because pieces are still moving into place. Now, I will feel probably very confident with that prediction by the end of October. As we move closer to dates and events, usually we have hit those stones, those little fate stones, and what's going to happen is going to happen, and I can hang my hat on it. But for right now, when I push out, it changes. There are days where I feel like, yes, he would lose today. Today he would lose. And then there would be a switch. As of right now, today, I feel like if we open the polls, he would win today. But I don't know what's going to happen in terms of, because I still feel that there are several walls that haven't had impact yet. So I will make another video at the end of October and let you know what I'm feeling in terms of that. I want y'all guys to hang in there. I know so many of you are dealing with loss and anxiety and this complete feeling of free fall. No, again, I still hang my hat on this because it feels cemented to me that March feels beautiful. It feels like a coming up from water. April, again, it still feels better. As we go, I feel like that's the precipice in March, is when we really start to get this, I get this sense of hope And again, I feel that incredible darkness and the loss before that. So just hang in there, guys. We're in this together. Know that the witchy realm is tried, guys. I cast all the time. I do macro casts all the time, because if I have any possibility of changing anything, that's what I want to do. So just know that many witches are casting our asses off, trying to save everybody, save as many people as we can, push out as much energy as we can to try to control this chaos. And just, y'all guys, I just love you, and thank you so much for your support and for spending time with me and being open to this craft and to learning and to sharing spells and ideas and traditions. And the witchy community is just the coolest. All right, guys. Y'all have a beautiful afternoon, and hopefully I'll see you at the virtual tarot table or the virtual spell table. If you want to purchase a virtual tarot reading or a spell, just go to tarotbybria.com. Love you guys. Bye.